Just wanted to talk, that's all.
You watch the game? I mean, didn't it suck? It sucked.
Well, it does not get much worse than that, ladies and gentlemen. It does not get much uglier than the baseball that the Yankees just played. Stephanie McAllister in the chat says, thank goodness that's over. And I 100% agree. This was one of the more unwatchable performances that the Yankees have had this year. And that's really saying something. That is really saying something. We were tied in the 7th inning and lost by 7 runs. That should tell you what kind of baseball this team played today. I was hoping the Yankees would stick it to the Blue Jays on Canada Day, right? But unfortunately, no heart today. This team is playing like hot garbage right now. These games against the American League East are so important. So important. Toronto charging up the standings, and the Yankees sinking fast. And yet, they still cannot figure out how to hit with runners in scoring position, how to shorten up their swings, how to get in front of damn ground balls to shortstop. Blue Jays now just 1 game behind the Yankees. 1. Missed opportunities all day long. Jays tried to give them this game. They made 2 errors in the 7th inning to let the Yankees back in there. Other teams, when the Yankees do that, kick down the door. They kick down the door, and they take control of the game. Yankees couldn't do it today. Couldn't do it. What did they do? They immediately gave up 5 runs. You get a couple of guys on, and of course you can't move them over. Right? Volpe couldn't catch a raindrop if he had a bucket during a hurricane. Guy, get in front of the damn ball. 80-mile-an-hour exit velocity. I don't want to hear English on the baseball or funny hop. That's what they teach you in Little League. Get in front of the baseball. Keep it in front of you. I've been defending this guy all summer. I've been defending this guy for 2 years and I can't do it anymore. Get in front of the baseball. And why is it that every summer this team takes a vacation from playing actual baseball? Every year they check out like kids going on summer break. It's not a slump anymore. It's not a June swoon anymore. This is becoming tradition. Yankees tradition. Home runs, left-handed hitting first baseman, the pinstripe, the facade, and completely fucking mailing it in for 3 months. Where is the leadership? When is Boone going to light a fire under these guys? He has never been able to get this team out of a funk. Never. Maybe Aaron Judge needs to step up and be a captain for once. Maybe he needs to be a little bit more vocal. Maybe he needs to say something to the media. Bring some attention to somebody. Put somebody in an uncomfortable position. It's time to stop handing out hugs and start handing out ass whippings. Maybe Giancarlo needs to be vocal. He said he doesn't want to hear or see people wearing the ALCS championship ring around. That's fine, but that might be the only hardware you get for a while, buddy. They treat urgency like it is optional. You can see it in their body language. They do not give a fuck about playing good baseball right now. They can't get a bunt down. They can't make productive outs. 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position or something like that today. And what were the Blue Jays? 5 for 5? Striking out in big spots, chasing sliders a foot outside, popping out. Everybody's trying to hit home runs. Pitchers serving up more meatballs in Olive Garden. Boone manages like a substitute teacher. Just smiles and nods from everybody. Nobody's really paying attention to him. This team needs someone to stop telling Volpe that he's an elite defender and start telling him what he's doing wrong. Or he's not going to be able to fix it. This isn't some gigantic mystery. Baseball's been around for 150 years. You don't need launch angle physicists and MIT scientists and guys redesigning the bat. What you need is to get singles with guys on second base. Forget the sprint speed metrics. How about paying attention to where the ball is when you're running the bases? How about knowing what the situation is? Is that so hard? Stop handing out hugs, hand out benches, hand out fines for poor effort. You watch these other teams, and I see everybody hustling, right? I see guys playing hard, trying to win with fundamental baseball. Yankees are hitting fly balls that are dying 15 feet in front of the warning track, and they're standing there watching it like they just hit it 500 feet. And I get it. It's fun to hit homers, but you have to make sure they're actual home runs first. And Brian Cashman, when are you going to do something to address this? Can you even address this? Or has this roster gotten so screwed up that you can't even fix it with what's available out there? And because you traded half the system for guys who didn't pan out, it's not like we can go to the minor leagues and get somebody. This team continually takes the summer off every year. Same shit every year. I know we got to the World Series last year, but we got there in spite of Boone, not because of him. And Dave Roberts managed circles around him in the World Series. And the Dodgers, they were hitting, they were playing baseball. The Yankees were trying to slug. Same thing every year. If they don't hit home runs, they cannot win. This team needs to get back to playing fundamental baseball again like they haven't done for years. For years. I know we're in first place, right? But does anybody actually believe that we're going to see Aaron Boone take us to the promised land? Do we really think we're going to see him or anybody else on this team standing in front of the Canyon of Heroes with confetti raining down as presently constructed? Absolutely not. Trying to imagine Boone winning a title is like trying to imagine a new color. I just can't do it. My brain just cannot compute it. I've had enough of this. We got a couple of super chats, and then we'll get to a quick recap, and then I'm bringing in Frankie to continue this rant. Dee's channel says, I guess JC didn't learn yesterday from that catcher's interference. Yeah, 2 days in a row, catcher's interference. Who's teaching these guys? Go back to driving Uber. Daniel Andrews says, trying to scratch off the Yankees tat on his arm.
You can't win!
All right, let's get to the recap.
Let's go. Let's get it going.
And look, I mean, the score tells the story, kind of. I mean, the Blue Jays were all over the baseball. Springer drove in 7 runs. He hit a grand slam. Fried gave up a 3-run home run to Jimenez. Not good. Dominguez drove in 3 runs. Could have driven in 4. They scored one of those in error. I thought it could have been scored in RBI anyway because I feel like the run could have scored. But, we'll see if they change that. I think there's a chance that could be changed. I mean, Judge doubled today. He's got 20 doubles now. Goldschmidt hit a double. Volpe 0 for 5 and can't get in front of the baseball. Escara 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts. Chisholm 0 for 3, walked a couple of times. But other than that, this team just looked awful. Weaver came in, served up the grand slam. And the bullpen, 2 runs in a third of an inning from Leiter. 2 runs in a third of an inning from Weaver. Hartlieb gave up 3 runs in 1 inning. And then Brubaker got 1 out. This game was tied in the 7th inning. The Yankees lost by 7 runs. I just can't with this team. I don't have the energy to do the pitcher spotlight. We're going to go right to Frankie Baseball here. Frankie, we've got a bunch of voicemails to take, but could you scoot up a little bit on the screen for me so we can see you, so the audience can see that 5 o'clock shadow you got here, which we've so nicely represented in your little cartoon. Frankie, is there even enough out there at the trade deadline that we can fix this team? I think they might just be screwed this year.
Yes. How can you fix all of these problems? How can you fix? This is not just a roster problem. This is an entire organizational failure of the way this team is conducted, the way that they hit. I mean, Volpe's answer yesterday, I don't think we've gotten Volpe yet. Volpe's answer yesterday was the epitome of what's wrong with this team. He 2 hours yesterday, and he's like, I don't regret it. I do the same thing. It's like, what the heck? But of course, because Volpe is probably told by Boone, hey, you're doing a great job, buddy. Do it again. That is where this just no accountability whatsoever on this team. And it's one of the many, 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 many problems that we're dealing with this team right now. This is every year, Derek. We go through this. Every year.
year.
We start off in April. We start off, April, well, we're pretty good. Oh, this team might win the World Series. Then we falter in the summer. We stop caring. Boone says, it's right in front of us. Then, we in September, we get hot in September. Oh, we're turning it around. Then we beat some AL Central team. We beat the Twins or the Guardians or something. Then we lose to an actually good team in the postseason. And then the season's over and Cashman says, we did a pretty good job. No changes. Boone keeps his job. I keep my job. And it's the same thing every year. It's like Groundhog Day, Derek. It's every single year. It's the same crap, and I am tired of it. I am frustrated with it, and I'm sick of it. And I don't. How did it all go so wrong? And why is it happening again? Tom Thibodeau got fired by the Knicks because they felt like he was not utilizing his roster to the fullest. Boone underachieves every year, and he gets rewarded for it. What are we doing here, Derek? What is?
At this point, I'd rather they say AI is coming for jobs. Let's start with the Yankees manager. How about that? Let's start with.
It can't be any worse.
All right, we got some.
Take over.
We got some voicemails here. This one from Steve.
Derek, Steve from Maine. I just heard something on the Yes broadcast, and it's incredible. I can't believe my ears. They're talking about Volpe and how Boone thinks he's elite, and Cone says, well, the Yankees have their own metrics on how they judge a player's feeling. It's proprietary. And they don't really care about errors. They don't care about errors? This is beyond my ability to understand. It's just sort of like a couple of years ago when Cashman says, we don't care about results, we care about the process. These guys gotta go. I know, they'll never go.
Listen, I agree. I mean, we need to get away from the MIT scientists and get back to results. Results are what mattered, not the process. Did you catch the ball? Did you make the out? Did you get the hit with runners in scoring position, not your exit velocity? Let's get some guys in here who play baseball. Do you agree?
Yes, it's the most obvious thing. And somebody, I don't know who it was in the comments, said, what happened to that remember that third-party audit that was supposed to come in and fix the process? What the heck happened there? I'm assuming they were just like, it was somebody Cashman hired to just be like, yeah, you're doing great. Keep it up. It's frustrating to me. I got to ask you a question, Derek. When did this all stop becoming fun? Because I remember being a kid and enjoying being a Yankee fan. It used to be fun watching this team. And ever since, I got a year in my head. Ever since 2018, 2019 was 2018 was disappointing because of the Red Sox, but it was the first year of Boone. 2019, second year, all right, losing to the Astros, but that was the Savages in the box, and people actually liked Boone. In 2019, it was so long ago, people actually liked Boone.
Yeah.
And then I think 2020, that was the COVID year, but we took cold. That was the year we were supposed to take the next step, and we didn't, and it's just been, I know we made it to the World Series last year, but just feels like it's been on a slow decline since then.
You bring up a good point. When the internet makes a meme out of you, it's almost like a badge of honor, right? The Savages in the box. It's like them saying, all right, that's our guy. He's calling our guys Savages. But you know what? They've done nothing but take step backwards. 2020, you get the COVID year. The team was stacked full of right-handers. I think they finished just barely above 500. Early exit in the playoffs against the Rays. That itself is embarrassing to the casual fan because they're like, how did the Rays beat the Yankees, right? And then 2021, they were just trash. 2022, the only thing we had going for us really was the Judge home run chase. We knew we weren't going to beat the Astros that year, and of course, they handed our asses to us in the playoffs. 2023, another slop year. You go out and you get Soto. You can't even re-sign him. Not that I wanted the Yankees to resign him once it got that high, and I liked what they did with Plan B, but again, the fundamentals of this team have not improved. You have not gotten to the root of the problem. This team does not know how to play baseball. They do not know how to hit with runners in scoring position because we got a bunch of guys who are just buying into the same launch angle crap, and you get guys on base and you get strikeouts and pop-ups. Watch Bellinger. Bellinger is pretty much the only guy I see who adjusts with 2 strikes, who tries to put the ball in play and pick up a base hit. Why can't other guys take that approach, especially with runners on base, especially with runners in scoring position? I do not get it. We got another couple of voicemails here, Frankie, and then I'll let you rant.
What's up, Derek? It's Brian. I think I left a voicemail about this the other day, but I'm going to double down on it. I think you might have even played it then too, to be honest. But the Yankees at this trade deadline, they might have to double and triple down and get multiple back end high leverage arms for this pen. Doesn't have to be everybody's closer, but mix some of those guys in too. Like you said, Kyle Finnegan. There's just a bunch of guys out there. And
All right, I'm stopping you right there. Frankie, I don't think that there's enough players available for the Yankees to patch this roster. And I'm afraid that if they bring guys in, they're just going to fall into that Yankee mold of like, let's win with home runs or nothing. Like I'm so sick of this team not hitting with runners in scoring position. I feel like I'm going to vomit a coat hanger.
Please don't. That would not on the stream. Clay Holmes is like the perfect example of that to me, of like this mindset, this organization. Look, he struggles here with the Yankees, then he goes to the Mets, and all of a sudden he's a great starter. Something about coming to this team, with the exception of like Judge and Soto, something about this organization, it just messes with you. Okay, I never get excited when I never think we're gonna have a rally. Like a couple of times today when we were down 2 runs, I was thinking, I never ever thought we were gonna come back. And surprisingly, we did, thanks to a couple of errors from the Blue Jays defense. But, nothing really from us. It was mostly the Blue Jays just screwing up. But there's just something wrong with this team. I don't know why it can't be fixed. And I don't know why this team, I don't know why Hal is not more pissed off at it than we are. I know that it doesn't he at all care about what his dad, his legacy that he built with this team. Doesn't he at all care to see that? No.
I think he cares about money. I think he cares about, are we making a profit? And that's pretty much it.
Hey,
You can make a lot of money winning championships.
So, who's ready to lose
in
the first place in this series? Because that's where we're heading. This team looks no fundamentals, like nothing. It's like Meredith said on the broadcast. This team they look to score in the first innings, and after that that's it. Offense is gone. They're like.
Yep. And the Blue Jays tried to give it to us today. By the way, Meredith, absolute smoke show lately on the.
Yes.
She's looking good these days. Just looking
Fantastic.
great.
Hey, Derek, it's Mark from Connecticut. I just want to say this team is sick. I mean, it needs help. That's all.
Yep.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call. We got Tom here.
Hey, Derek, Tom over here in Port St. Lucie. Derek, what is wrong with this Yankee team? I just don't understand. You know what the definition of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and expecting different results. I just don't know. There's got to be some changes. Anyway, you do an awesome job.
Appreciate it, Tom. Dr. Van Nostrand, one of my favorite usernames that I see on here, says, Yankees philosophy is broken from the top down. I kind of agree with that, Frankie. We're going to pick up this conversation in just a minute, but we got to quick get to an ad from the guys at Foul Territory about Arena Club, and then I'll be back with Frankie to finish off the rant. Maybe I'll let Frankie take the floor a little bit and hammer home the point just a little bit. Right?
Kratz, real question for you. So I'm in Arena Club, and I opened up a slab pack. I pulled a Wyatt Langford auto rookie card. I got an immediate offer from Arena Club. I turned it down. It was in the mid 300s range. I've gotten a few offers since. Thoughts on Wyatt? Should I hold on?
I saw it. I didn't see it when you ripped the pack, but it looks so sick with everything around it and how it's spinning in your showroom. That John looked nice. But no, you shouldn't sell it. Maybe wait till he makes an all-star or 2, and all of a sudden that 300 goes up, and you're going to get another instant offer right away on Arena Club.
That's right. Buy, sell, trade. Slab packs are there for you too, to rip a pack. And for me, I'm just leaving it in the showroom for now. I'm deciding what I'm going to do with it. But if I did want to sell it, then I can get myself another slab pack or buy a card that I want to buy. Get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/Val. Use code FOUL.
All right, we're going to welcome back Frankie Baseball here. I just want to say real quick that I really like when Eric Kratz calls something a John. When he says, I got to get that John, or I love that. Kratz is an American gem. He is a true American.
Kratz is the best. And by the way, if an Anthony Volpe Arena Club card right now might get negative value. So that's where I'm at right now.
You have to pay them if you get an Anthony Volpe rookie card. You have to pay them to store it digitally on their server, right? It's like a virus. It's like it's infecting the other cards. Yeah, I mean, I'm so disappointed in Volpe. I've been defending the guy. Those days are over. I gave him a half a year. We're at 80. We're 85 games into the year. This is his 3rd season. It's time for the growing pains to stop. You should be grown up by this point. You can't get in front of a ground ball, you're not elite. I'm sorry, you're not an elite defender if you're not getting in front of a ground ball. You're leading the league in errors. I'm sorry, you're not an elite defender. And that's what pisses me off about Boone is that he puts out these platitudes, this constant hugs and ice cream. I bet the team is going out to Dairy Queen right now. Come on, guys, let's get an Oreo cookie blizzard in Toronto and let's enjoy the day. Canada Day.
That is accurate. That's a dead on Boone impression there. My gosh, there's just so many frustrating things I'm thinking about right now. I mean, not just Volpe here today. The defense, 2 defensive miscues. It was just like the World Series last year. 2 defensive miscues cost us today. First of all, Jazz with the fumble at third. When are we going to get an actual third baseman? That's another thing I like to. Is there anyone out there that'd like to be a third baseman?
And
Jazz is not it.
And DJ couldn't field it at second today. DJ couldn't, he's got the range of a piano. He has. And I don't mean that in a good way because a piano has like a different type of range. But I mean, he's about as mobile as a piano. I would rather see Jazz at second, go get a third baseman. It doesn't even need to be an elite hitter. Somebody who can pick up the ball. Let's try and find somebody somewhere in the lineup who can hit with runners in scoring position. I'm not sure who it is. I'm not sure who you go out there and get. That's not my job. My job is to comment on what Cashman does. And so far, the results have not been good. Frankie, I'm going to give you the final word here.
Aaron Judge, let me tell you, buddy, you've been great for us this year. You better hope you win the World Baseball Classic next year because that might be your only chance at winning a title. With the way this team is constructed, with everything going on, you better do everything you can to win that next year because I'm so frustrated right now. I'm so pissed off at the defense, the terrible runners, not hitting with runners in scoring position. Everything is bad, but there's nothing good. Yankees-Mets is going to be a terrible series. The two teams just going right down to the bottom. That's going to be a nightmare series. All I got to say is, let's go Knicks. I'm looking forward to the Knicks season.
Yeah.
Forget the Yankees. Forget the Jets and Giants are going to do anything. Let's go Knicks.
Justin says pianos have wheels sometimes. It didn't even occur to me that pianos would have wheels. And then Lori C says Stanton needs to get going or get lost. And I 100% agree with that. It's time for him to start mashing baseballs. We can't deal with this slow ramp up anymore. This team has got to get it going tomorrow. You got to win the next 2 in Toronto. No excuses. No excuses. Frankie, I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow. If you made it this far, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community. You can also be a part of the show by calling in at 718-899-1068. Also, part of the way that we maintain and fund all of this is through NYYDesigns.shop. Check it out now. Get all sorts of fun Yankees merch, hats, hoodies, zip-ups, beanies, mugs, you name it, we've got it. Check it out, NYYDesigns.shop. And check out Pinstripe Territory on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We're here for post-game shows after every single game, and we're here before a lot of games to talk about the game, preview the lineup, the pitching matchups, and things like that. And we're here all off-season to talk about the latest in Yankees rumors, news, etc. Join our community. We'll see you next time.